Hello, Robert Donovan here with northerncompass.com, and today we're going to go over sending an email with RSS Toolbox. So we're going to select a recommendation, and remember, to send emails we need to open up the email panel. And looking at this here, inside the details panel we always have the email icon. If you remember from previous videos, if that icon has green arrows, then we have a valid email address on file for the customer. If it has blue arrows, then we do not. And the same goes if we select an appointment and we're looking at the appointment details. Again, we can check the status of the email on file with the customer, but let's go back and select a recommendation. We're going to click on the email icon and notice the email panel pops up. We're presented here with two questions. Would we like to send a recommendation reminder, or would we like to send what we call a recommendation report? Let's discuss those for a moment. A recommendation reminder will compose a single email that contains all the specific information regarding the selected recommendation. Then we've created what's called a recommendation report, and this feature has been loved by fleet managers all across the country. A recommendation report goes in and compiles a list of every recommendation for every vehicle owned by that customer. Let's first send just a single reminder. So we're going to select Send a Recommendation Reminder. And notice that our default email client is going to open up. In this case, I'm using Microsoft Office's Outlook 2016. We've populated the email address. We've created a subject line here that contains the name of our shop, letting the customer know this is a service reminder, the vehicle that we're sending the reminder about, as well as some pertinent vehicle information such as license plate or unit number. This is really helpful to fleet managers that may have multiple 2004 Ford F-150s and they're all white. So let's look at this and let's say, okay, this customer, we can clean this up. This customer is not a fleet manager. They don't need to know that information. Again, we are using your standard email client. You have the same functionality in sending an email from RSS Toolbox that you would have in sending an email to, say, your brother or your sister. So notice here we address the customer by first name, and that's because this is not a company account. Next, we're going to sit here and we look at this and we see that the email's been composed to let the customer know that we have a service reminder coming up, the date that's due, the information about the reminder, and then we also let the customer know that if they've received this email in error, please let us know because we may have the wrong email address on file for the customer, or the customer no longer has this vehicle. I want to show you, since this is a standard email program, I can go in here. Maybe I don't like the default signature. Maybe I want to add one of my own. For anyone wondering, this is also my personal contact information at Northern Compass. I could easily go in here and attach any files I'd like. Via another company logo, I could attach a brochure, maybe a coupon, whatever I'd like. Again, it's just a standard email. I'm going to go ahead and send this email. Notice why I do that. RSS Toolbox has asked me if I would like to add a customer remark. I'm going to go ahead and say no because I addressed customer remarks in another video. But let's go back and take a look at that demo email account I've set up. We're going to go here, and this is the email that we just sent to the customer. And notice it's displayed exactly as we composed it. I'm going to go ahead and close out of here. And let's take another look again at the recommendations side of things. Let's go back over here to the email icon, and this time let's choose to send an email recommendation report. We pop up, we have the email address pre-populated, the subject line, and notice here that in this email we have every recommendation across every single vehicle owned by that customer or company. One important thing to know about composing a recommendation report. Microsoft Outlook and other email clients have a character limitation when you go to connect to them via software. So what we've done is we've actually connected to your mail server through your email address. In this case, we're connecting to Google's mail servers for the address of quickcheckautoservice@gmail.com. So when we click this button, it's going to send out that report. And again, RSS Toolbox is going to ask us if we would like to add another customer remark regarding the documentation of sending this email. We're going to say no. We've covered that in other videos. We're going to go back and check our email. And let's take a look at that recommendation report we just sent. Here we have a very clear and concise report of all vehicle recommendations due for that customer. It's incredibly easy for a fleet manager to sit and look and instantly know all the services that we've recommended for all the vehicles across their fleet. It's also helpful if a customer has multiple vehicles as well. This has been a quick overview of the email panel within RSS Toolbox.